Recording in progress.
Everything will be fine. Everything will be okay. Everything will be fine. Fine. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Feel free to continue with your camera on or off. It is completely up to you. I want this space to feel as comfortable as possible for you. This is a 4-part sound bath series. So, this is the very, very first one. So, welcome. And today and for the next 3 sessions, we will be excavating the deeper parts of love within ourselves, within our love partnerships, um, most likely also for our work, not just our inner work, but also the work that we do in the world. And so I want this time to feel precious. I want it to feel sacred. I want it to feel intentional. If you have the book Mastery of Love, or if you have the 4 agreements, both are amazing, but you do not have to have them. I'm going to be using just some quotes to guide us through this rest practice together. So you don't have to have it, but if you do have it, you can use what I call bibliomancy. Or I don't call it bibliomancy, it is bibliomancy. So within the next sessions, you are welcome, and beyond the sections, you are welcome to use the book at any point and look through it, begin to journal with it, begin to make space to reflect a little bit deeper on any and all of the topics that come up specifically for you. So that's the way that I kind of combine spirit with um, how I combine spirit with my book readings, or when I am needing a little uptick or a clear channel with spirit, is to use bibliomancy. And I'm a huge reader, so I know that it works. You can even start by just using it in the bathroom and putting a short book of poems or something in your restroom, and opening it up and just kind of asking spirit what it is that I need for this moment, or what it is that I need for this day. And the message is normally right on point, right? But for the mastery of love, I'm going to take some very decisive quotes that I know kind of move us into a deeper reflection. So, how we're going to begin is we're just going to do a short meditation, a short rest practice, and we're going to journal a little bit about what we feel or sense. I'm going to journal right along with you. And then we're going to go into a longer, more restful practice. Afterwards, you can continue on journaling, or you can ask me any questions that you have about your sound bath experience so that you can get some clarification. So, in sound baths, things happen that we sometimes don't expect. The intention is to rest, to sleep, just to let ourselves go. But sometimes our bodies do things that we didn't expect. Sometimes we see visions of things that we didn't expect. Sometimes we experience colors or themes that we don't understand. And so I'm here to kind of sort those things out for you, to help you to understand deeper what those things could have meant for you. Okay? So let me think of any kind of church announcements. Church announcements. The next session is going to be August the 19th. It is again a Monday. You can sign up. It's at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Um, in between now and then, you can send me any messages that you would like in order to have conversations about the mastery of love or anything that's going on in your heart space. What goes on in this Zoom stays in this Zoom. It'll be recorded but only sent out to those who signed up so that they can experience the sound bath if they were not able to experience it live. And so, if you or anyone is watching it later for their own healing, just understand that everyone who has been called here, anyone who has signed up, is here to heal their own space and their own heart. So, keep them in your prayers, but also keep their journey sacred with you. So, if anything is revealed here, um, or there are breakthroughs, it's not for the internet to know. It's not for your mama and them to know. It's not for anyone to know, or even for us to judge. This is just an open, sacred space for us to um, open and explore deeper the realms of love and healing. Okay. Sound good? Sound good? Sound good? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're out there. Let me know that you're listening to me. Um, all right. Let's see. So I chose Mastery of Love because it has good. It has in it jewels. I know that's like a play, but it has some really amazing jewels that have stayed with me since the very first time that I read it. And if I could just tell you a little story, if you're comfortable, if you've checked your Bluetooth, if you checked your earbuds, if you're kind of settled in, you can take some extra time here while I'm telling you this story just to kind of sound check. Um, and just make sure that your area, your bed, your floor, your chair, wherever you are, is a little bit more comfortable than when you first began, and begin to take a deep breath into that as I tell you this story that I love from the Four Agreements, and it's carried into the Mastery of Love. He tells a story about being a human being, right? And everything that has happened to you in your life becomes a wound. Now, we're all really familiar with trauma. We're familiar with wounding, right? But think about the times maybe that you were in school and there was that teacher that said that thing, right? About your art, or said that thing about you not being able to listen. And so you take that in as, okay, I got to correct this. This is something that is wrong with me. And it creates a wound, right? And think about that wound being created outside of your body, not just in your mind, but outside of your body. And every single time there is a wounding, right? He gives this example of being a little kid and you're super young. You're just toddling around. Like, that's how small you are. You're just 2 years old. And you're just toddling around, and your dad has had a really hard day. And you go over to his guitar, or maybe to his bookshelf, right? Or maybe you're just going inside the cabinet because you are crawling around and you're just opening up a cabinet. And when you go into this cabinet, or when you go towards the guitar and you begin to kind of just play with the guitar because that's what you know it to do. Someone plays with it, so you want to play with it. Or you go inside the cabinet and you've seen your mom go through that cabinet a million times, so you want to open it up and see what curiosities are held in that cabinet. And then all of a sudden, before you could even pluck another string, your dad comes in with a fierceness, right? Grabs you up, tells you, don't you ever touch that again, right? Just because he's had a hard day, right? And you grow a wound there that says, okay, I'm not supposed to play with that. Okay, even though he has fun with it, that's not a place that I can have fun. And this person who is your guide, who loves you and has shown you unconditional nurturing, right, has now spanked you for something that you didn't even know would disrupt anything. And so you grow a wound, right? So you have your teacher wound, you have your childhood wounds, you have the wounds from um, your first love, you have the wound from maybe your pet dying or passing away or being taken away from you, right? So you begin to grow these kind of wounds all over your body, so that anytime someone says or does anything, you have these protected, boils all over your body, so that your inner space can be protected and nobody can touch you. You know when it hurts, and so you quickly draw back. Okay. And then there's this alien, is how he tells the story, right? There's this alien that comes to Earth. He doesn't know anything about humans, right? He can feel energy. It knows about It knows about all these different things. It's just kind of discovering, right? If you can imagine yourself just for this moment as this alien, right, from a completely different planet, right? You have a planet, it's round, it has a sun, all those kind of things. But you don't know anything about humans and life here on Earth. And so when you show up wanting to hug and kiss and share in the experience of physicality of these humans. That's just how you know how to communicate. But every single time you touch a human, they draw back because their skin is so full of hurt, so full of traumas, so full of fear and pain that they have lived through, that they have not been able to let go because the wounds are still festering. When I tell you, this story knocked me off my feet. When I read it, I was like, wow, this is exactly how we all move about the earth. Now, I read this book probably 15 years ago, and I still go back to that story of, how do I want to relate to people? Do I want to relate in love, or do I want to relate with these festering boils of fear that are all over my body? And how do I not create more wounds? How do I heal those festering pusses of goo that are all over my heart, are all inside my mind, that are causing disarray in the relationships and the intimacies that I'm having with friends and family and love relationships, right? And so that's the reason that I love this book so much, because it goes directly into those spaces of fear, and it begins to slowly annihilate those things by helping you to reflect on what those traumas are, being able to heal those spaces, and be able to emerge in a place that makes you feel joyful, alive, and happy, and really reassures who you are as a human being in truth, not not all the storylines that we have been telling one another, right? So, with that being said, I'd like to quote from the book. In order to protect our emotional wounds, and because of our fear of being hurt, humans create something very sophisticated in the mind, a big denial system. In that denial system, we become the perfect liars. We lie so perfectly that we lie to ourselves, and we even begin to believe our own lies. We don't notice that we're lying, and sometimes, even when we know we are lying, we justify the lie and excuse the lie to protect ourselves from the pain of our wounds. The denial system is like a wall of fog in front of our eyes that blinds us from seeing the truth. We wear a social mask because it's too painful to see ourselves or to let others see us as we really are. And the denial system lets us pretend that everyone believes what we want them to believe about us. We put up these barriers for protection to keep other people away. All right? Humans cover themselves and protect themselves. And when someone says, "You are pushing my buttons," it is not exactly true. What is true is that you are touching a wound in his mind, and he reacts because it hurts. So, taking the time and just thinking about all the many ways, and maybe the most simplest way that what you felt was love, right? Perhaps going all the way back to your childhood self. And maybe you pick up your journal and you gently begin to jot down some simple barriers that first come to your mind when you think about being touched intimately, when you think about sensitive conversations, when you think about the ways that you have been wounded. Perhaps we begin with just sitting in this space, allowing yourself to just completely free write, right? Just for 1 to 2 minutes. Allowing yourself to excavate, asking yourself, what really scares me about love? Maybe you just write one sentence. Maybe it becomes a paragraph. Making no mistake, I go deep fast. What scares you about love? We all have something. We all have someone. And sometimes just writing that person's name down or writing the fear, allowing that fear to move out of our mind and onto something concrete. It gets it out of our system, it gets it out of our mind. It puts it in a place in our journal that we can recognize, where we can be witnessed. And so that's the first step, right? Just recognizing our own fears around love. Just one more minute. And as you are jotting that down, allowing it to be in your journal, allowing it to be stated, allowing it to be out of your body, out of your mind, and onto the paper, allowing all the spirits that see you and know you to recognize and to bear witness to the barriers, right? Your barriers, your fears towards love. Now, I'd like to just take the next 5 to 10 minutes closing down the windows of your eyes. Allowing yourself to release those spaces of fear. Perhaps you allow yourself just to be, feeling yourself anchored inside of your breath. Gently inhaling and exhaling. it to flush right down through your base chakra, releasing it into the earth, knowing that the earth regenerates all things into beauty. Allowing you just to let go. Allowing you to feel relaxed. Allowing you to feel held. Just noticing how your body feels. Noticing if you feel any more grounded. Notice if you're feeling a sense of heaviness or lightness in your body as you bring up these thoughts and memories and begin to let them go. Again, I know we jumped in deep, but our root chakra is all about just being, right? Just feeling safe. If we are walking through this world with wounds, as we all are, and they become too festered, if they become too big, right? It's very, very difficult to be loved, to be touched, to be intimate, to be vulnerable. And so just allowing yourself to root inside of this glorious body. Allowing yourself to just be. That is what the root chakra is all about, just being. There's this understanding in the root chakra that we are all made of divine matter, right? One of my friends has a company called Starshine and Clay, right? There is the knowledge through science and through metaphysics that we are both made of starshine and we're made of clay, right? We are made of the earth, and we are also made of the things that make up stars. We are also made up of ether, right? So the root chakra is a recognition that there's nothing more that we need to do, right? A star just shines, right? The earth takes on roots and allows things to just grow. So, in your essence, in your truth, in your physical body, there's nothing, no more that you need to do, right? You can allow yourself to just be. So, with our next journal prompt, we are going to ask ourselves about just being, right? If we are this being that has kind of, like I said, all these kind of little pus marks, a lot of what others have said to us and all the experience that we have had disable our self love, literally takes it apart bit by bit as we grow. And so, one of the biggest steps in loving another is being able to completely and totally love who and what we are, our own physical bodies. So I'm going to get my notebook because this part I'm also going to journal. And we're going to begin to list. I'm going to use my phone so I don't have to get up. We are going to list 10 things about our physical bodies that we love. So I'm going to start with these 10 things, and then we're going to have 10 more things. And then we're going to go back to the sound bath. So 10 things that you love about your physical body. Look, I've only got to 4, and I'm already like, okay, what else about my physical body do I like? Okay, Jewel, you're going to have to land me one thing in the chat that you like about your physical body. My smile. That was my number one thing, too. The number one thing that I put on there was my smile. For disclosure, I also put that I like that I'm tall. I'm 5'8", almost 5'9". I always love my hair, which is very rare. Most women don't really like their hair, and I know that from being a hairdresser, they're always trying to do something or have it thicker or thinner or up more, or their forehead is too big. There's always some kind of issue with their hair. Um, and so I love my smile. I love my hair. You liked your hair as well. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. All right. And so for the next list, I want you to write down 3 things that you are always criticizing about yourself. Um, One of the things that I noticed, again, from being a hairstylist, is that many women don't look in the mirror. And they don't look in the mirror because they are so self-critical, right? That they don't even want to see what is in the mirror. They will jump up from my hair chair and just go on and say, oh, I know you made me beautiful, but they don't actually look to see what they look like. And I've been guilty of the same thing. And so just writing down 3 things that, even if in this moment you visualize yourself in front of the mirror, what are the 3 things that you would criticize? This should be very easy. Okay. So this is what's interesting for me. Jewel, you can add one of the things if you feel so called. Um, but the first thing that I put, okay, this is actually harder because one of the things isn't physical. And I love that too. Like, I love that you thought outside of the box and it's like, okay, one of the things I criticize about myself is not physical. Um, because we're going to be laying those burdens down, right? So if can you let me know, is it a thought process? Um, Let me know. It's a thought process. Okay, good. All right. So for me, I put my weight. I'm very small, so I always look in the mirror and think about when I'm gonna get hips, when are my boobs gonna be bigger, and when am I gonna develop into a real woman. I'm 45 and I'm still doing that. So criticizing, I know, criticizing how I was naturally made and how I just naturally developed is something that I recognize is a propaganda technique that the world has given us in order to exclude us from our true gifts and our true gratitude for just being born exactly the way we are, because the way that we were born is so extremely perfect, right? That it is important for those who want to sell us a lie to put us into all these kind of comparison boxes to other people that we see on television to make more money. Exactly. And so, what I found in my meditation practice, it was just like such an epiphany that we are taking away from our own physical, beautiful manifestation from God so that someone else can gain more money. Crazy psychology, right? And so practices like this that bring us back to our wholeness is so counterproductive to capitalism. Because when you really, really understand that you were born perfectly, everything that you consume, everything that you take in, everything that you hold space with, you will know that you are a gift to it and it's a gift to you, that it's an equal exchange, that you are not lacking anything, right? And so, what I would love for you to do is to take that mindset of the things that you are constantly criticizing yourself for and begin to lay that burden down, right? For me, I'm going to lay down the thought that I am naturally made too thin, right? That I'm naturally made too small, that my weight isn't good enough for whatever, for the world to behold, for my body to function. I don't know. None of the shit makes any sense, right? And when you really think about your self criticism, you realize, like, oh, this doesn't even make sense. Like, this isn't even productive. Like, this isn't making me a stronger person, a better person, or ultimately a more loving person, right? So, allowing yourself to let that go, writing it down, recognizing it, and just in this practice, right, in this next part of the sound bath, allowing yourself to affirm, right, whatever that thing is, right, that is taking a hold of you, that is creating a fester every single time that you think of it, or creating a fester every time you look at it, right? We're gonna bust that pimple. Right? We're gonna bust that pimple in this moment. And I would love for you to write down what your affirmation is. So I'm gonna write mine here. Okay, So, this is my affirmation. My body is a product of my rich ancestry, right? So that's a part of my belief, is that my mama and daddy came together as their beautiful selves, as their beautiful selves. They were teenagers, so they definitely was having some hot, steamy love. They both tell me there was some hot, steamy love making. Um, and that I'm a product of my rich ancestry, and I was born the perfect image of their love, right? All this slim tallness comes from both sides of my family, my mother's side and my father's side. And so I recognize when I look in the mirror that I am a product of love, right? I am a product of love. If you have a beautiful affirmation, if you're writing that down in this moment, I would love for you to make it a full sentence. And then when you are ready, move yourself into a position that you can rest. We'll be resting for about 20 to 25 minutes, right? So really spread out. Allow yourself space, right? Love is unlimited. Love is spacious. Love is kind. Love is nurturing. So allow yourself to really nurture your body towards a relaxation state, which sometimes can be a little difficult. So just prop yourself up as if you're a little child, or maybe a little old lady, right? Or a little old man. And just wrap yourself in comfort. Remember during the sound bath, if at any point you need to move your body, you need to go to the restroom, if at any point you get distracted, you can always just leave and go to the bathroom. You can move your body. You can sit up. You can lay down, right? This is completely your time. And so just noticing again how your sits bones feel. Notice how your back and your spine is supported. Allowing just this moment to love on you, right? Love on you. I love that these are called self-care practices, but I also think that they are divine love practices. Practices to remember how God sees you. Practices to remember how your highest and most exalted ancestors see you. Practices to see yourself how your divine mate, your partner, your husband, wife sees you. A practice to rest and see perhaps how your pets or your loved ones, your parents, your siblings, your children see you, right? So allow yourself to completely soften and feel the sweetness of this moment. Perhaps as you turn down the windows of your eyes and let the outside world go, you also let go of self-judgment, that part of yourself that is always looking and judging yourself. Allowing yourself to be just completely comfortable with the here and now. Right? You don't have to fast forward to what you should be doing. You don't have to worry about what has been done. Maybe just right now is perfect. Perhaps your body and how it is made is absolutely perfect. And as the book says, those things that we are told, the traumas that we have been through, the protective mechanisms that we use to not be vulnerable or keep betrayal at bay, right? Just for this moment, none of that exists. You can just allow yourself just to be you and know that who you are is absolutely perfect. Just breathing that in and out. Just breathing that in and out. Perhaps you gently remember your affirmation, repeating it to yourself 3 times. Allowing it to penetrate your mind, your body, and your spirit. Continuing to bring yourself back to your breath. Allowing all your thoughts just to float away. Becoming present with the now moment. Allowing any criticisms of right or wrong to just dissolve. go, letting your body know that it is perfect and doing perfectly well. just 1 minute. Feeling just into the truth and allowing silence just to integrate all that you have felt and sensed.
Recording in progress.
Feeling into how your body feels. After that, just 1 minute of integration. Feeling how your body feels in this new affirmation. Turn on the light. And perhaps you bring your journal up just to one more time and just jot down how the sounds felt throughout your body. So, a part of somatic healing is really understanding where we hold trauma in our bodies. And so, I'd love to share with you what bowls I played in accordance to us really embodying this new way of thinking about our bodies, new way of, a new perspective of looking at love and looking at love within ourselves and being able to let go of the ways that we have been hurt, abused, denied, um, the ways that we are holding grief without expressing it, right? So, of course, I played this big mama right here, which is your root chakra. I also played the heart chakra, and I played the sacral chakra. So the reason that I was called, or I felt like that I was called to play the sacral chakra and the root chakra, are because both of these places within our bodies, one is our reproductive space, the other space is our just being space. And these are spaces of creation, right? These are spaces that, as we are born here on earth, really anchor us to our purpose, really anchor us to our bodies, really, and our bodies are our vehicles, right? To express the divine, to express love, to express our missions, to express our work, right? And out of the root chakra and out of our sacral chakra is how we best express ourselves, our physical bodies, the love that we have for the work that we're doing, the love that we have for our creative projects, the way that we create new life, whether that be with a human person, whether that be in a new relationship, whether that be us preparing our own food, right? All of those things come from this really, really loving our being, really, really loving our own spirit, really, really loving how we were made on this earth and living in that truth. So those two were played in order for us to really anchor in this first session with our own physical bodies and our own manifestations of physical love and creativity. And of course, we played the heart. The heart is green because the green is the color of love. It is not red. Red is not the color of love. Pink and green are actually the expressions in the auric field of love, adoration, unconditional love. And so I'm learning a lot about the heart chakra actually not being the best place for us to cord ourselves or connect ourselves with romantic partnerships, but that it actually is in our in our root chakras and in our sacral chakras, because those are the spaces where we can really exchange our own divine truth and also sit very rooted in who we are without giving ourselves away. So that's very, very important. So connecting the spaces where we are truly connected to our worth, truly connected to the mastery of love within ourselves, truly connected to our physical bodies that are expressions of divine love, and being able to really align our energy and smooth out anything that has been lying dormant there. Okay? So hopefully you felt it in those places. And at the very end, I played our third eye. I was called to play our third eye. And our third eye is where our truth of and our connection with the divine is held, right? So just clearing out any kind of turbulence or any kind of negative thinking, any kind of ways that we're not seeing the truth of who we really are. All those things are in the third eye, right? Our clarity, our intuition, our connection to the higher selves. And I played the gong, which you can't see. It's a little bit off to the side right here. And the gong is, again, our root to our ancestral beings, those that came before us, those that helped to make and create us. And so it calls in a deeper, more, and when I say ancestral, I don't just mean your grandparents, right? I'm talking about ancient, ancient ancestors that have all come together in all these kind of various ways to produce you as a person, right? So not just your grandma and grandpa, but your grandma's grandmas, right? All the way back to probably Lucy, the first woman that we even know that lived on Earth, right? Those kind of ancient, ancient ancestral callings are in the gong, okay? So I hope that you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please give me a call. Please give me a text. Please give me an email. Please give me a DM. I'll be here.